Fofos, I'm tipping.
As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out in Power Field at Mile High in Denver. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. In the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Now Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be out of bounds. He's been able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They go play action with Wilson. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action with Jackson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he will have a Ravens first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round? That's what I call a steal.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman 53 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. These two teams all tied after one. They go play action now. Wilson. Flushed out right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Wilson. Pushing his way through. Touchdown! Javonte Williams from 13 yards out. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he just made the punter a little bit jealous there. There was some serious hang time on that ball. Deep downfield, and while it didn't connect, it certainly sent a message, didn't it?
To throw again is Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Throwing is Wilson. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now he steps away. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Ravens have got it. And I think the ball's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
This will be caught. Judy. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on first down. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. This pass caught by Hamler. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Quick slant to Hamler. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Jackson is going to let this one go deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Broncos 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Flush to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Williams. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because in the back of the end zone, never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And got his man complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. On first down, Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Eluding the pressure right. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now it's Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Why hit the wrong fucking button, bro? I'm glad that shit.
Accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess. You know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
What?
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little
Bro,
bit.
what is the D-line doing?
2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, Wilson.
Bro, like this shit crazy.
And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Got a blitz or something?
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wilson will throw again. Flush to his right.
Bro! Hey, what is this shit going on here?
The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. Escaping the pressure right.
Bro, what are you doing, people?
So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. And right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Hamler now on the return. blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield strike with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. That's complete. Okuebuna. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 43 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Williams brings it in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson.
No, they let this nigga block me. I was doing that shit.
Broncos. Javonte Williams. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
I was about to say, I know he's not going for it.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Incomplete on the deep ball.
How did that not connect? That's one of the rare deep balls he hasn't hit so far. 5 touchdowns already. And you see he's still airing it out. I wonder if he's getting run plays that are sent in, and he's switching them to deep passes.
Second and 10. Now it's Jackson.
Oh,
Looking for Edwards, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point.
Oh, if I
And
lose
with
this
that, the
shit,
lead
boy.
is up to 8.
Man, just missed the touchdown, bro.
And now the kick is away.
You cannot have that.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now there's a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. This is Robinson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. They'll hit Jackson, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing, Jackson. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, my God, he's just sitting on a computer.
Hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. Now deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed.
Yes!
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's...
And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
The The touchdown saved their playoff lives momentarily. Now for the two-point conversion. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he will get in. The two-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one.
Oh, that's a pig!
If you go for it,
Come
what is the upside
on.
reward on this? But the risk is probably greater.
Come
Run
on,
the clock
bro.
out, get to overtime,
This shit
and try and win
crazy.
it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. Able to find Judy. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
That was a pig.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing.
Bro.
If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In a regular season, only one period is played. We can call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Offense at the line, ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal.
God damn, they got a speed boost to get fucking 5 more yards.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Bro, this is crazy.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
And a quick throw here, that's
No!
so
Oh my
close.
fucking
He gets it to
God.
the 1. Out of bounds. is right there. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown.
That's a bullshit.
No